guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite cars, the Mercedes AMG GTS. Now, if you follow the channel, you know I did a review on this very car, which is a 2016 model, which was the first year of the AMG GTS, and I love that car. So make sure to watch that review. I take it for a quick spin. I put a GoPro on, headgear, have a phenomenal time with that car. After making that video, I searched the classified. I'd love to have one as a daily driver. So what makes the car so special, and why should you buy one right now? Well, let me tell you about this car. This car came out to actually be a 911 competitor. And if your complaint is the 992 is too electronic, and I've driven a 992S and it's very fast, but yeah, very electronic. We need a car that has some personality. The Porsche GT cars like the GT3 still have that personality. The GTS cars have that. But, you know, Porsche, just like BMW, a lot of makers, just because of regulations and electronics and safety and weight, the cars aren't as visceral as they were 10 or 20 years ago. Well, this car is essentially a new car, but drives a little old school, and that's what I love about it. First of all, what this has over the 911 is sound. The car sounds amazing. Now, I have a turbo Porsche. I've had a 993 turbo, a lot of turbocharged cars. The only turbocharged cars that I ever owned that sounded good were AMGs, and this car is no exception, especially with that V8 engine. It sounds phenomenal. Now, it's a smaller V8. It's 4 liters. In S form, it's 503 horsepower, 479 foot-pounds of torque. It's twin turbocharged, and it's a dual overhead cam 32-valve V8. Now, what you miss in a lot of these cars is just to get that power to the ground or make them super fast and get great Nürburgring times as they make them all-wheel drive. What's great about the AMG GTS is it's rear drive, so you actually have to drive this car. It's not as big as you think. It looks like this long car with a long nose, but it's only 179 inches long. So just to give you an idea, a E46 M3 is 176 inches long, same with an M2. So it's only 3 inches bigger than longer than an E46 M3 or an M2. Now, it doesn't weigh as much as a 911. My 991.2 is about 3150, 3200 pounds, depending on options. This car weighs just over 3600 pounds. Now, you can even get a track version of this car, the R, which I was lucky enough to review when it first came out in 2018 and drive it on the track. And you can see that video on the channel as well. Now, I think this car is going to age really well. So another reason to buy this car is the looks. I think it looks phenomenal. I think this is a look that'll stand the test of time. I think 20 years from now, when we look at this car, we will still say that this is one good-looking car. And what I think will keep this car having a good resale value, though it's still depreciating now, is it actually has a good transmission. The 7-speed dual clutch in this car is really, really good. Typically, you know, if you look at the Audi R-tronics or the old V8 Vantages and the automatic with the single clutch, BMW with the first SMGs, they were in a very good transmission. So that reflects the price of those cars, and that's why the manuals were so much more money, the manual versions of those. This car doesn't come in a manual, so you only get this transmission, but it is excellent. So whether you want the base car that has in the high fours for horsepower, the 503 horsepower GTS that you see here, the wide body GTC or the Track Focus R, I think this is going to be a phenomenal car in years to come. And the reason why you should buy this now is these pandemic prices that we're seeing are going to fall. Stimulus money goes away, unemployment goes away, people have to go back to work, they're going to start going on vacations, life's going to return to normal. People aren't going to spend all their discretionary income on cars. So interest rates are going to go up, so we're going to see the car market come down. And when the car market comes down, whether that's this year, next year, is the time to buy these cars. I've already seen, these cars were $130,000 brand new. The GTR that I drove a couple years ago was $199,000. So I've already seen GTSs like this one or regular GTs in the 70s. GTSs maybe the high 70s. I think the GTSs were going to depreciate somewhere to that 65 to 70, 75 range, and I think that's when you can get one. If you can buy a car 65 to 70, you could drive it for years to come and it will hold its value. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.